Brad, what do you think about that dust?
No opinion.
No opinion on dust.
Lack of experience.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Which is probably a good thing.
Yeah, yeah, probably.
I feel pretty good about
yeah, that's
life choices I've made up to now.
Up until now, but you never know.
Okay, you're right. That's fair.
You might get dusted any minute.
That is, it's a danger we all live with.
It's true. Every day I wake up and think, will this be the day?
Every day on the streets.
This is Super Stardust Ultra.
Okay.
For the PlayStation 4. Game was originally made by Housemarque. This is not.
So hang on, is this a whole new game?
This is Super Stardust Ultra, not Super Stardust HD.
So is this a whole new game?
Super Stardust Ultra.
Got it.
It's got some new modes.
Okay. I guess what I'm asking is all the stuff from HD in here? Is this the game? Is this the same game plus more, or is it like a new game in the spirit of?
I can't sit here and tell you if the planets are identical and stuff.
Sure.
I think they are.
All right.
This seems like someone sat down and said, you know what? That Super Stardust HD was cool, but it's hard to play it now on account of who has a PlayStation 3.
Sure.
Hooked up.
I don't.
So what if we put out a new one?
Well, good.
That's my interpretation of how the meetings went.
Okay.
To get this made.
I
don't know.
There are worse games that could happen around.
These seem like different names for planets. But I have not gone and checked. It's the same game.
Okay.
You have 3 weapons. You have your gold torch thing. You have your ice blaster. You have your rock cutter. You have bombs. You have boost. You play on a sphere.
I don't remember space stations.
Some sound comes out of the speaker. And yeah,
kind of janky-looking clouds in the background.
Yeah, a little bit.
Of course, you wouldn't know you're playing the game.
Yeah, I don't have time to think about that.
Did this game follow a similar trajectory to Geometry Wars? Like, was there ever just a Stardust and then a Super Stardust?
Stardust was an Amiga game.
Oh, wow.
That was not a dual joystick shooter.
Oh, okay. I'm guessing also not made by Housemarque?
No, it wasn't made by Housemarque.
Holy shit.
Housemarque is...
How old is Housemarque?
Very.
Wow.
Yeah, they've been around. They've been doing it a while.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What was that game, then?
It was like I want to say it was a side-scrolling shooter.
Well, like Defender type thing?
Something like that. Huh. I can't remember. It was something. This was something I looked up at one point on account of Super Stardust HD was out, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I played a little bit of Stardust and then said, wow, this is a reminder that there are a lot of kind of questionable arcadey Amiga games that were probably pretty cool if you didn't have actual arcades.
I was just
in your country.
I was just about to ask how feasible it would be for us to do an Amiga stream sometime, but then you're making it sound like maybe it's not worth doing.
I don't mean to say that the Amiga is a useless platform.
Okay.
But I don't have specific experience with a lot of great games on the Amiga.
Okay.
And I ask people to recommend stuff, and it's a lot of stuff like that where, like, I feel like people recommend a lot of stuff that like I look at and go like, well, this is just a
shitty clone.
This is impressive because you didn't have arcades in your country,
right?
Like that sort of stuff. But I mean, the Amiga. I had an Amiga 500. It was a cool system. I mostly used it as a terminal for calling BBSs.
Okay.
But yeah, I played some games here and there on.
The Amiga, the kind of computer that hooks up to a TV. Or did you need a monitor?
Do that. I think I had a monitor. But
okay.
You could.
Like Commodore was a TV computer, right?
Yes. Yeah. But I had a monitor for my Commodore 128 as well because you needed the button to go into 80-column mode for the 128, which there were no 128 mode. There's very few Commodore 128 games.
Is the Commodore 128 the Atari 7200 of the Commodore world?
Yeah, 7800. Yes.
Oh wait. Okay. Sure. Right. Yes. Okay. Any idea where the numbers came from? What is the significance of 2600? 5200?
I forget.
I mean, obviously they doubled 2600 to get to 5200, but
yeah.
Who knows why?
Maybe they thought it sounded cool?
Not me. So that 30 years hence, people would ask that question.
Yeah. I forget. That's another one of the things that I feel like at some point I probably knew the answer to that question, but... so yeah, just like the previous game, this is that you can cut through the rocks more efficiently if you're using the right stuff. This first planet, this first set of levels here is all just regular rocks. And then level 2 is a lot of gold rocks, so it benefits you to use the gold cutter.
And
then you get get some ice stuff later.
And then you trade that gold in for cash.
You get cash for your gold, and then later levels mix it up a little bit more, and suddenly all 3 weapons matter to a certain extent.
Is it like an elemental thing? I mean, it sounds like it is. It's like use the gold-oriented weapon on the gold.
Yes.
Use fire on ice or something.
No. It's the ice blaster just looks like ice.
Okay.
They just made you match the colors instead of figure out the opposite colors, which I can appreciate.
How much is this?
Yeah, it's like $10.
That seems fine.
Yeah, I think it's like $10 if you're PlayStation Plus.
Okay.
And more than that if you're not.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I might go pick this up for $10, but then I remembered I'd still have like Stars to get in Geometry Wars 3 and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know how many different dual joystick shooters I need in my life at the same time.
Yeah, so this one has, I don't have my Twitch account set up here, and, we're not doing this live, so, it'd be hard to get a crowd in there, but it does have some sort of, interactive streaming component to it. Planet mode lets you just play any one planet, so if you want to see some gold rocks, we can get in there and shoot some gold.
Okay. Any idea what the specific interactive stream stuff is? Like,
I can't tell you. I don't know.
Probably, I would assume, like deploying types of enemies and stuff like that.
Yeah, they make it sound like you can help or hinder, so maybe you can spawn power-ups or, and/or. That's gold.
It is, you're right. It's a lot of gold.
I'm melting it.
It's, that looks like more gold than has ever been mined out of the earth in the history of humanity.
Probably, yeah.
Did you know that all the gold ever mined from the earth would fit in a cube 60 feet cubed?
Really?
Yeah, a 60 square foot cube. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
A cube 60 feet on a side.
That's not a lot of gold.
That's not a lot of gold.
I guess I can see why gold is worth some money then if it's that rare.
It's quite rare.
Or at least, I guess I see, whatever. Fuck gold.
Sure, all right. Gold's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Platinum. Platinum, baby.
It's all heavy and soft.
Yeah.
Useless metal. It conducts well, though.
Yeah. That's why all of my AV cables are, gold plated.
Of course. For only the ballingest of home theater enthusiasts.
Yeah, I want it to sound good. So I got gold HDMI cables. And they're like, a foot thick.
Oh my god, I found a Tumblr the other day of just plucking, cherry-picking quotes from a bunch of, audiophile home theater reviews.
Oh, great.
Oh, it's incredible. Just, $1,200 shelves that are supposed to, eliminate vibrations in your equipment and shit like that. It's incredible. I mean, it's only incredible because all the reviewers completely buy into it.
Maybe, maybe. I could see shelves being built in a matted way that actually does eliminate vibration. That's a real thing.
Yes, but
whether vibration matters or not.
A, whether the vibration really matters. B, whether the shelves, whether the equipment is worth the cost.
Yeah, no.
That's the main thing.
Oh, fuck no. But, whatever. Furniture is fucking expensive.
But I don't know how. Have you ever followed the audiophile rabbit hole?
Oh, dude, yeah. No, I'm not dismissing the premise of what you were looking at at all.
You can get
because that shit's crazy.
You can get individual knobs for your receiver that cost $1,000 or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I want shit to sound good.
I can't hold that against you.
Yeah. That's why I signed up for Neil Young Audio.
Wait, the Neil Young?
The Neil Young.
So he's now doing home theater installations.
Yeah, he'll come by your place and run your cables. No, he's affiliated with that fucking 24-bit audio download service.
What?
That's it's been his thing for years. He's been out there talking about MP3s sound like shit, so we're gonna come up with a better solution. And it's this Pono service that's finally launching, and it's it's 24-bit, 192 kilohertz. I forget what it is, but it's like a lossless compression type thing? It's like a form of compression that is clearly the human ear can't deal with what they're selling. And also, oftentimes the albums are originally mastered in a way that doesn't actually matter.
Okay.
It's the biggest fucking just scam. You feel bad for Neil Young because at some point someone must have said like, man, these MP3s sure do sound like shit. Which, you know, I can see people saying that.
Yeah, sure.
Sometimes they do. Especially the early ones when people were like, 112's enough. It's like, no, it is not.
Yeah, I mean, they're literally like eliminating frequency information from the sound.
Yeah.
But also, isn't that what they invented FLAC for? Like,
sure.
Isn't that problem
or there's Apple
out?
lossless.
Yeah,
you know,
there's like 100 other.
But, you know, but they're saying that, like, that is, you know, that's still just, I mean, CDs aren't enough is kind of what they eventually,
okay.
The approach they eventually kind of seemed to settle on.
That's how far we're going with this.
I don't know. At some point I stopped following it, but...
I want to go look this up now.
Yeah, it's been like Neil Young out there.
Like, we're storing music in a holographic cube now.
Yeah, basically.
Wax cylinders are coming back.
And and you feel bad because you wonder, like, you know, okay, this is probably something that Neil Young really believes in, but does he realize he's like, he has backed something that just seems like a real scam.
Neil Young has done a lot of drugs in his life, I believe.
I believe that too.
That's my impression.
I don't know anything one way or the other, but I would believe that.
That's my impression. He was in that Sound City documentary that I was talking about on the site a week or two ago, and just to hear him talk about things gives one the impression that
perhaps Neil Young has been high before.
Yes. I'm not trying to cast aspersions or anything.
Sure. We'll never know. That's the planet mode.
Okay. Endless, pretty self-explanatory.
Survival, endless.
Yeah. Wait. What's the difference between endless and survival? Those sound like the same things.
Play endlessly with random attack waves. Survive as long as you can in an endless shower of indestructible space probes.
Okay, interesting.
So...
that doesn't sound like that much fun.
They got leaderboards for this stuff. You know,
they took the shooter out of your shooter.
No, I can still shoot.
You can still shoot, it just doesn't matter. Oh, does it push them away?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's kind of interesting. If there's like some degree of physics on it.
Gold melter activated.
I like the look of the gold melter and things.
Splitter activated. Pressure activated.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It's fairly unmanageable, it looks like.
124th. I'll take it.
I like leaderboards that put nationality next to the
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool.
next to the name in a very legible way like that.
Some versus match stuff here. Oh, this is not going to match for players, is it? This is...
I don't know, is it?
Man.
I don't see another...
Yeah, no,
there's no other controllers in this room.
that's fine.
I'm getting the gist, though.
That's, okay, all right. This is...
There's that.
This seems like the sort of thing you might want to do on the internet, maybe.
Sure. You might.
Okay, so you can send challenges that'll be received there. No weapons, just boost. Just bombs. Let's do just bombs. Yeah, I don't know. This is the same game.
Kinda.
Except I don't think it has 3D support, or if it does...
I was just about to ask about that. That was my last question. Because who's putting 3D support and stuff anymore?
Right.
But this game was a big 3D showpiece.
Yeah, when they first
PS3.
added the 3D stuff, like they patched it into this.
Yeah, back when people thought they cared about 3D.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
That kind of came and went.
It really did.
I will say that 4K seems to be catching, though.
Yeah.
Of all the TV gimmicks that have come along in the last few years.
But
in a different way, because like 4K is completely meaningless now, but it's going to matter someday. You know?
Yeah, I guess that's what they said about HD when they first started rolling that out. People were like, this doesn't matter now because the content's not there.
Right, you know.
But
so,
I guess that's my thing is like if you're saying it's catching, but who's making the content?
Well, nobody. What I mean is like people are buying 4K TVs. It seems like, in a way that they were not buying 3D TVs or curved TVs or whatever.
Sure.
Because 4K is a natural evolution of something that's already there and matters.
Yeah.
As opposed to a bunch of gimmicky bullshit And it seems like it's just getting more and more like you can't avoid a 4K TV.
Yeah, yeah. I just wonder, like, at some point, you know, that becomes a bandwidth concern. Like, who has the bandwidth to receive 4K content over their internet connection?
Right. I think even
you know, satellite TV, like the standard methods for delivering television. Do they have the bandwidth there to distribute 4K content in mass?
I want to say they're working on 4K over-the-air broadcast. I'm not sure if that's done yet. I don't even know if 4K is fully solved at the, like...
What is the actual number?
Or, like, no, like, well, not only that, but, like, the cable connection level, like, just going between device and TV.
Oh, right. Yeah, there had to be new HDMI standard or something, right? Well,
because, like that new Retina iMac that Apple made, they had to build their own custom interconnect between the video adapter and the monitor. Because the DisplayPort can't drive a resolution that high. Screens.
Yeah.
They're pretty crazy.
Screens.
Pixels.
So, you can make custom ship?
Well, that's neat.
It's like you can kind of customize.
Oh, it's just parts?
Looks like it, yeah.
It's not like the Resogun thing where you can actually, like, build stuff out of voxels or whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Let's see what our custom ship looks like in-game. I mean, you don't really get too close up on that ship, so...
I was going to say, I don't think it would be that evident.
Is that the ship I made? Can't even tell.
Sure.
Probably is. Oops. I was hitting boost as I got shot. That's boost mode. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I've never had a problem with the Super Stardust games, but
like
to me, they always felt like they existed in the shadow of something like Geometry Wars. Like, that was a game I preferred to play more.
Absolutely.
But, you know, like, there were definitely people on the Sony side of things that didn't have access to Geometry Wars and fell in love with this. And so I guess in some way it's okay that they made it available on a platform that didn't already have one.
Yeah.
But it's pretty similar. I don't know that I necessarily want to play any more of this.
All right.
But,
well, let's not. You should go to options, though. I have to know now.
Destroy asteroids and enemies for points.
Okay, good to know. I have to know about the 3D now.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so it doesn't have the... I was going to see if it had the streaming stuff in there.
Info.
I mean, if it has 3D, it might be something where it just detects if you have the display and asks you then if you want to do it. We can't say for sure one way or the other if it doesn't have it. But yeah, that's Super Stardust Ultra.
Okay. Good to know.
It's available.
Okay.
You know, that's cool. I liked this game when it came out before. This doesn't seem like the sequel with the variety that I was kind of hoping it might have, but
yeah, a proper sequel would be nice.
But okay.
But all right.
Sure.
Great.
Yeah, great. Let's do it.
Great.